Hi, if you're training for an event like the Ultra Trail Australia where you're up and down hills and stairs pretty much throughout the whole course, it's really important that you get your legs strong. So if you spend all of your time running on the flat, your body moves only through a very specific and small range of movement, and when it comes to going up the stairs where you need a lot of extra hip range of movement or climbing up the hills, your muscles basically don't know what hit them. Now, the most running specific type of training you can do is obviously getting out on the course or on terrain that replicates the course. So doing some stair reps and some hill reps and making some of your long runs as hilly as you can with as much vertical to really gain that running specific strength. But there are also some exercises you can do which will target especially your quad muscles and your calf muscles. Now your quad muscles, we use them as a brake when we're running down hills. So on the Ultra Trail course, all the three races, the 22, the 50 and the 100, you have to go down that 8-kilometre really steep descent down Kadumba. During most of the way down that hill, your quads need to work as a brake, and in which to do that without your legs blowing up, they basically need to be strong. So introducing an exercise to add some quad strength is very important, and your calf muscles work to climb up the hill. So when you're running up a hill and your heel drops lower than your toe, then your calf muscles need to be strong enough to cope with that again without blowing up. So let me show you some exercises you can do which targets your quads and targets your calves. It's great training to add to your UTA training plan or training program. Even if you're training in the hills, these will still be very beneficial, but especially if you're stuck in a place with not many hills and no stairs, then these exercises really do target those muscles and they'll help your performance in the UTA. Okay, so the exercise for your quad muscles, which strengthens them in a running specific way, are jump squats. So the idea with the jump squats is pop your hands out in front of you and then imagine you're sitting in a chair. So we want our bum to move backwards, not your knees to move forward. So you start the movement with your bum going backwards, like you're sitting in a chair, and it's sitting down, come back up. Now some of you might not get down to 90 degrees, don't go too much lower than 90 degrees, or don't go lower than 90 degrees, but sitting into that position like you're sitting in a chair and then standing back up, and then every second one you can jump. So the first one is a squat, the second one is a jump squat. And when you land that jump squat, really try and land nice and softly using imagine your quads are shock absorbers or springs. And so when you land, you want to absorb that landing with the quads. They lengthen suddenly and absorb the shock or absorb the impact, and that's exactly what they're doing when you're running down hills. So that's what we're trying to train them for. So it's a squat and then a jump squat. You could start off with 10 or 15 of those, but you could pretty happily and easily build up to being able to do 3 sets of 20 or even 30. Now the exercise for your calf muscles is just jumping on the spot. If you want to, you could add a skipping rope to the equation so you can skip, but a lot of people are not coordinated enough to be able to skip and keep the landing nice and soft. Now the idea with the jumping is that you land on the ball of your foot, but you also let that heel come down and kiss the floor. So you want the heel to come down and touch the floor, and what happens when the heel comes down, the calf muscle is lengthening, and that's the real strength component to this. So the idea is a really light, soft landing, jumping up and down with quite a high cadence. So I talk a lot about cadence with runners. Same with the jumping. The idea is to hold that cadence of between about 170 to 180, bouncing up and down, really encouraging the calf muscle to work like a spring, and that will strengthen the calf muscles, which will help you climb those hills on the UTA course.